Everyone has problems. Little things to deal with, little things to worry about, little stresses that eat away at you. This is a place where you can let go of everything for a little while and let your mind be free. Bernard Meloche started Ovarium a little over 30 years ago. Back then it was just a man, a couple of float tanks, and a philosophy. Since then, it's grown exponentially. Bernard now has a staff of over 100 people and offers a full spa service. I sat down with Bernard so that he could explain a little more about the experience of being in a float tank. Can you start by telling us a little bit about the flotation tanks?
Well, it's been invented for research on the brain, and what comes in the brain is always from the exterior, and what happens if nothing comes from outside? No sound, no light, no sensation of our weight or anything. And there was many questions about that in the 50s.
How did you first find out about flotation tanks?
An article in the newspaper La Presse in 1980 about California, what they had there that we don't know about here. And it took me 2 years to find a tank to float in. I called my friends in Toronto, New York, whatever. They didn't know about it. And then in 1982, I discovered through a psychologist that I know that there was one in Montreal. And I went there, I took an appointment right away. Float. It was amazing. I felt my head like a fulcrum and all my body lifting up like if I was, like my eyes tight shut, didn't want to see any light. But I felt like I was in the sky, leaving my capsule and being free in space and drifting up from the feet.
Wow.
It was amazing.
After all I'd heard about float tanks, I was still a little skeptical, so I decided to try it out for myself. Alright, I just took my shower, I'm all clean, I'm about to get into the sensory deprivation tank or float bath. Whoa! Whoa, it's really floaty! Whoa, this is really cool. This is incredible. I'm floating on the surface of the water. I've never experienced anything like this. It's so buoyant. I'm just like pushed to the top of the water. I can actually sit up almost in the water and I'm still floating. I'm not touching the bottom at all. It's killing these scratches on my hand. It's very painful, but this is an incredible experience. Float tanks immerse you in body temperature water filled with enough Epsom salt to make you float comfortably. Bernard told me that the tank I was in, one of the bigger ones, contains about 50 pounds of Epsom salt. The first 40 minutes of the flotation experience is peaceful, but I wouldn't say it's any better than floating around in the ocean or lying in a bathtub. It's the last 20 minutes that make a real difference. Your brain switches over from alpha or beta brainwaves to theta brainwaves, a state of mind that normally only occurs right before falling asleep and right after waking up. Float tanks stimulate an extended period of this mental state. The experience is a little like being awake and asleep at the same time. That was incredible. I'm so relaxed right now. Words can't even describe this. My skepticism was completely destroyed. In fact, it was so good that I don't think I'll be getting out just yet.